Hello everyone, my name is David. Today we are going to take a look at another horrible case with you. Humans have certain enemies, with lust, anger, attachment, greed, and ego being the most dominant. If any of these take control over us, we tend to walk down the wrong path. The case we are going to discuss today is a prime example of this. In this case, some criminal-minded individuals driven by their lust take the lives of two innocent people. The date was October 29, 2014. A man named Mrunal Krishna Das walked into the Saket police station in India's capital Delhi to file a missing persons report for his daughter, Mumita Das, and her friend Avijit Paul. The police learned that the two friends had been missing for the past 6 days since they had traveled to Dehradun, a city in the state of Uttarakhand. Upon discovering that they had been gone for so long, the Saket police immediately sprang into action. Their first step was to obtain the call records of Mumita Das and Avijit Paul. After a few hours of investigation, the police found that Avijit had repeatedly called a certain number on October 23, 2014, and that his last call had also been made to the same number. We say last call because since October 23rd, both Mumita and Avijit's cell phones had been switched off. Without wasting any time, the police traced the details of this number. They discovered that it was registered under the name of a man named Raju Das. The police then tried calling Raju Das, only to find that his phone was also switched off. Further investigation revealed that Raju Das's phone had been off since October the 23rd, the same day that Mumita and Avijit's phones had gone offline. Now, the fact that both Mumita and Avijit's phones had been switched off since October the 23rd, and Raju Das's phone had also gone offline at the exact same time, raised suspicion. The police began to question how such a major coincidence could occur. Meanwhile, they also asked Mumita's parents if their daughter knew anyone named Raju Das. However, Mumita's parents told the police that she had never mentioned a person by that name. Determined to find out who Raju Das was, the Saket police launched a search for him. Meanwhile, 914 miles away from Delhi, at the Dum Dum police station in Kolkata, Avijit's parents had also filed a missing person report for their son. As a result, the Kolkata police also started searching for Avijit. Before we proceed further, it is important to note that Delhi, being the capital of India, holds significant political importance as a union territory. Additionally, Dehradun, located 160 miles from Delhi in the state of Uttarakhand, is known for its pleasant weather and natural beauty, making it a popular tourist destination. Furthermore, 27-year-old Mumita Das was originally from Kalyani, a city in the Indian state of West Bengal. On the other hand, 24-year-old Avijit Paul was from Dum Dum, a locality in Kolkata, West Bengal. This meant that the distance between Mumita and Avijit's hometowns was only about 28 miles, and their houses were roughly an hour apart. However, at the time, both of them were living in a rented apartment in Lado Sarai, Delhi, due to work commitments. Since they were living together, they shared the rent, as Mumita was working as a teacher at a school, while Avijit Paul was an artist. Over time, their friendship had deepened significantly, and whenever they felt like going out in the evening after work, they would go together. In 2014, Diwali in India was celebrated on October the 23rd. Diwali, also known as Deepawali, is the festival of lights that celebrates the victory of good over evil and is one of the biggest festivals in India. To make the October 2014 Diwali memorable, Mumita and Avijit decided to celebrate the festival in the beautiful city of Dehradun, Uttarakhand. They planned a short trip and, after finalizing all the details, arrived in Dehradun from Delhi on October 21st, 2014. Before leaving for the trip, Mumita and Avijit had informed their families about their plans. After reaching Dehradun, they enjoyed the first 2 days exploring local places, and every night they would return to their rented room and talk to their parents. However, suddenly, on Diwali, October the 23rd, 2014, both their phones were switched off, marking the beginning of their family's growing concerns. Initially, their families assumed that the phones were off due to low battery, but as hours passed and neither Moumita nor Avijit's phones turned back on, their anxiety increased. By then, their families were completely panicked, and they started reaching out to their friends for any information or ask, but no one had any clue about their whereabouts. They waited, hoping that either Avijit or Moumita would call, but several days passed with no contact. On October the 29th, 2014, Moumita's father, Mrunal Krishna Das, went to Saket police station in Delhi to file a missing report for his daughter and her friend, Avijit. Meanwhile, Avijit Paul's father had already filed a missing report at Dum Dum police station in his locality as Delhi police continued searching for Moumita Das, Avijit Paul, and Raju Das. They discovered that although Moumita's phone had last been switched off on October 23rd, its international mobile equipment identity, IMEI number, indicated that it had been reactivated on October 24th, 2014, and had since been used with a new SIM card. Upon investigating the SIM card, the police found that it was registered under the name of a man named Mohan Das. They tracked Mohan Das's location and reached him, only to find out that the number was currently being used by someone named Raju Das. This was now the second time that Raju's name had surfaced in the investigation. Following this revelation, Delhi police, along with Avijit Paul's cousin Joyanta Paul and Moumita Das's brother, Mirgunk Das, arrived at the Vikas Nagar police station in Dehradun. However, the Delhi police do not receive any information about Moumita and Avijit from the Vikas Nagar police station. Therefore, they are sent from Vikas Nagar police station to Chakrata police station for further details. Upon reaching there, the Delhi police are informed that an unidentified dead body was found in the jurisdiction of the Purala police station a few days ago. Purala, in fact, is one of the 70 assembly constituencies in the Indian state of Uttarakhand. Anyway, along with the Delhi police, Moumita's brother and Avijit's cousin brother also rushed to the Purala police station. There, the Delhi police ask the Purala police to show them the unidentified dead body. The Purala police then show them a photograph of the unidentified dead body, along with some items recovered from it. After seeing all the items and the photo of the dead body, Avijit's cousin brother, Joyanta Paul, immediately recognizes that the body in the picture is indeed that of Avijit Paul. Now, it was confirmed to everyone that the Avijit they had been searching for over the past several days was no longer alive. However, there was still no information about Moumita, and the biggest question remained: how did Avijit die, and if someone had killed him, who was his murderer? The police did suspect Raju Das, but no one knew who Raju Das was or where he lived. At the Purala police station, some officers from the Delhi police receive important information from one of their informants. The officers learn from the informant that Raju Das, whom they have been trying to track down, is heading towards the city of Vikas Nagar in Dehradun in a Bolero car. Moreover, according to the informant, the vehicle Raju Das was traveling in had the license plate number UK07 TA7916. After learning this, the police immediately station themselves on the route leading to Vikas Nagar and begin waiting for Raju Das to arrive. Finally, the moment arrives that the Delhi police had been eagerly anticipating. After only a short wait, they spot a Bolero car approaching them. The license plate matches the one provided by the informant, so the police stop the vehicle and take the driver into custody. Upon checking the driver's ID card, the police immediately confirm that the man is indeed Raju Das. The Delhi police then take Raju Das into their custody and begin interrogating him. The first thing the police do is show Raju pictures of Mumita and Avijit and ask him if he knows them. However, Raju deliberately refuses to recognize them at first, but after a while he admits that he does know Mumita and Avijit. In fact, at that moment, the police had already presented Raju with the full details of his conversation with Avijit. Following this, Raju tells the police that he dropped off Mumita and Avijit near the Tiger Falls waterfall at 5:30 p.m. on October 23rd. Adding to this, Raju informs the police that after dropping them off at Tiger Falls, he left for his home and has no knowledge of what happened to them afterward. But when the police officers ask him why he has Mumat Das's cell phone, Raju has no answer. Because of this, he starts trying to divert the conversation. However, when the police apply a bit of pressure, Raju Das breaks down and reveals a shocking and tragic story. According to his statement on October 23rd at 5:30 p.m., Mumita and Avijit booked Raju Das's vehicle to reach their rented room. Raju had barely driven them a short distance when he spotted his friends Kundan Das, Guru Das, and Bablu Das on the way. These three young men were from Raju's village and all were between the ages of 20 and 30. They approached Raju and said, "Brother, if you're heading toward the village, drop us off too." Since Mumita and Avijit had not booked a shared taxi, they initially objected to Raju letting others into the vehicle. However, Raju assured them saying, "These three are from my village. I know them well, and they are very decent people. I'll drop you at your location first, then take them to the village." The only mistake Mumita and Avijit made at that moment was believing Raju's words and allowing his friends to get in. Kundan, Gudu, and Bablu Das then sat in the back seat. However, the vehicle had barely gone a little further when the three men in the back began harassing Mumita, who was sitting in the middle seat. Seeing this, Avijit became furious and tried to resist them. He also asked Raju to stop the vehicle, but instead the three men turned on Avijit and started beating him inside the car. During all this, Raju did nothing to help Avijit or Mumita. Instead, he steered the vehicle toward a deserted road. At this point, the three men in the back pulled out a strong nylon rope and wrapped it around Avijit's neck. Then they pulled the rope tightly, so tight that Avijit stopped breathing. After this, Raju Das drove the car away from the route to Tiger Falls and instead took another road. Together, they placed Avijit's body in the trunk. Then the three men moved to the middle seat next to Mumita. She kept screaming for help, but they covered her mouth. Raju Das then drove the vehicle further into an isolated area and stopped at a secluded spot. The men dragged Mumita out of the car. Raju, Gudu, and Kundan held her hands and feet while Bablu forcibly assaulted her. After committing this horrific crime, they feared that if they let Mumita live, she would report everything to the police, leading to their arrest. So they decided to kill her, just like Avijit. Using Mumita's own scarf, they strangled her to death. Now, they all start planning how to dispose of Mumita and Avijit's bodies. They decide that they will throw both bodies into the Yamuna River. Then they place Mumita's body in the trunk of the car, along with Avijit's body. Taking the car, they reached the Yamuna Bridge between 10 and 11 p.m. At that time, there was no one passing over the bridge, and due to its long length, there were no houses nearby either. First, they take out Mumita's body from the car together and throw it into the river. After disposing of Mumita's body in the river, they were just about to throw Avijit's body as well, when they suddenly noticed a car approaching from the other side. Seeing this, they panic and, out of fear, are unable to throw Avijit's body into the river. Instead, they immediately start their car and flee from the scene. After driving for some time, they reach a village called Navgaon, where they spot a deserted area. Seeing this, they take Avijit's dead body out of the trunk and throw it into a deep ravine in that area. Then, feeling relieved, they head back toward their village. However, before disposing of Mumita and Avijit's bodies, they had already looted their money. Additionally, before throwing Avijit's body into the ditch, they had taken off his shirt. After interrogating Raju Das, the police also searched him. During the search, the police found a small purse in Raju Das's pocket, which contained 200 Indian rupees, a voter ID, and an identity card with Avijit's photo. When the police questioned him, Raju admitted that he had stolen the purse from Avijit's pocket and found the money and identity proof inside. After Raju's confession, the police asked him where Bablu, Kundan, and Gudu could be found. In response, Raju told them that they were currently living carefree in their village. Upon learning this, the police immediately set out for their village. However, as soon as the police entered the village, they saw 3 men approaching. Seeing them, Raju, who was sitting in the police vehicle, identified them as Bablu, Kundan, and Gudu. But as soon as the 3 saw the police vehicle coming toward them, they tried to run away. Some police officers chased after them and soon managed to take them into custody. After that, the officers brought all 4 accused to the police station and also seized Raju Das's car. The police then interrogated Bablu, Kundan, and Gudu as well. By the time the police arrested them, 20 days had passed since Mumita and Avijit's murder. Because of this, on November 13, 2014, the police set out to search for Mumita's body based on the suspect's statements. However, the police had already recovered Avijit's body on October 31st, 2014. Additionally, some of Mumita's relatives accompanied the police during the search. After some time, the search team discovered a decomposed female corpse on the banks of the Yamuna River. The upper body was covered with a black shirt, but there was no clothing below the waist. Now, the police ask Mumita's relatives, who are present with them, to identify the dead body, but they are unable to confirm the identity with certainty. However, they state that they are 50% sure that the body belongs to Mumita Das. The police then take the dead body to the police station. To confirm the identity, they summon Mumita's brother, Mirgung Das, to the station. After examining the items recovered from Mumita, her clothes, and the photographs of the body, Mirgung Das confirms that the body is indeed that of his sister, Mumita Das. Once this is confirmed, an autopsy is conducted on Mumita on November 15, 2014. On the other hand, on November 18, 2014, the Uttarakhand police present all 4 accused before the Chief Judicial Magistrate of Uttarkashi and take them into police custody. So far, teams from various police stations in Uttarakhand, along with the Delhi police, have been working on this case. However, on November 29, 2014, the case is officially handed over to the Vikas Nagar police station in Dehradun. The 4 accused are sent to jail for further investigation, while the police start gathering crucial evidence to ensure that Avijit and Mumita's killers receive the harshest possible punishment. During interrogation, all the accused revealed that they had thrown Avijit and Mumita's travel bags into the bushes along the Kalsi Chakrata motor road. Following this lead, the Vikas Nagar police recover both bags from the bushes based on the accused's directions. During their investigation, the police confirmed that the bags belonged to Mumita and Avijit, as they contain their clothes and some personal documents. With all the evidence collected, the initial court hearings for this case begin in the lower court, where the trial continues for nearly 4 years. Finally, after a long wait, the court delivers its final verdict in 2018. The court finds all 4 accused guilty of murdering Mumita and Avijit. Additionally, the court considers driver Raju Das the main culprit and sentences him to death, while Kundan Das, Guru Das, and Bablu Das are sentenced to life imprisonment. It is important to note that the Indian government has the authority to reduce a life sentence to 14 years or release a prisoner after serving at least 14 years. Therefore, when the court sentenced Gudu, Kundan, and Bablu to life imprisonment, it reduced their sentence to 14 years. However, since these three also attempted to destroy evidence after murdering Mumita and Avijit, the court added an additional 7-year sentence for this crime. Despite this, the families of Mumita and Avijit expressed dissatisfaction with the verdict, stating that it would have been better if all the accused had received the death penalty. Meanwhile, the 4 accused challenged the lower court's decision in the Uttarakhand High Court. Given the severity of their crimes and the previous court ruling, everyone expected that the High Court would uphold the lower court's verdict. However, the decision announced on May 13, 2024, shocked everyone. The Uttarakhand High Court ruled that there was insufficient evidence against the accused and acquitted them of all charges. Furthermore, the court directed the police to release them from jail as soon as possible. In the end, the same individuals who were previously convicted and sentenced by the lower court were set free by the High Court. There is no further information available online regarding what happened in this case after this verdict. However, if any new updates about this case emerge in the future, we will share them in a community post on the David True Crime channel. So, with that, the Mumita Das and Avijit Paul murder case comes to an end right here. If you appreciate our efforts, like and share this video. If you haven't subscribed, do so now. Thank you.